What up players, Warboss Tae up in this mode. Today I've got a Warboss painting tutorial on how you can paint a Night Lord's Chaos Space Marine. Now this is just a regular Chaos Space Marine, not a Terminator or a Raptor, but I use most of the same techniques, and so I hope that you enjoy it. For any of you who play Night Lord Space Marines, you might do it a little bit differently. If you do, please leave me a comment. I'd like to hear what you do differently to paint your Night Lords Chaos Space Marines. If you did watch my Night Lords How to Paint a Raptor or How to Paint a Night Lords Terminator before, then you might recognize some of these techniques. Some of them I've refined, and just to make ease of painting a little bit more, just to do it a little bit easier. And some I've refined and some I've changed a little bit, but hopefully you'll like it. I added this little blood trail for this Chaos Space Marine to be hunting, since Night Lords are hunters a lot, and they specialize in terror tactics. So he's got a little trail of blood that he's following to stalk his prey. Also, I didn't paint the rim of the bases. I'm not sure if I will or not, because the Night Lords are evil and they hunt at night, and like I said, they use a lot of terror tactics. So I think it would take away if he's got like this light brown base. For example, like my Catechin guys. It kind of changes the dynamic of the model, I think. So I'm gonna leave it black for now. Let me know what you guys think. Also, I'm thinking of starting a Night Lords pre-heresy army, and I've got some kits coming from Forge World, and I was planning on just doing them as Blood Angels to add in addition to my Blood Angels army. But some Imperial pre-heresy Crusade era Night Lords might be a fun thing to do back before they turned their back on the Empire, the Imperium, I mean. So let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy the video. Take care, I'll see you in the next one. So I've got my Chaos Space Marine primered in black, and now I'm going to put on the base colors. So after you spray prime your model, then you're going to put on your base colors, which are Bolt Gunmetal for all the silver, Calton Brown, and then Shining Gold for all of the gold, and Necron Abyss for the rest of the armor. And we're going to leave some parts black, such as the joins, like here where the, underneath the armor, the joins where the black, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain not working. This part we're gonna leave black, and right over here where the cod piece meets the leg armor, we're gonna leave black. So I'm going to put the base coats on now, and then I'll show you what those look like when we get back. At this point I added some dark flesh to the eye lenses, and I also added some thinned down Regal Blue to all of the armor plates. And what that's going to do is it's going to have it not be so dark, but if, you know, depending on what you want, like some people really want their Night Lords to be really, really dark, you don't have to add it, but I did because I'm about to give the whole thing a wash with Badab Black, and that should tie in the Regal Blue into the Necron Abyss underneath. So it'll still give you a really dark shade, but if you want to keep that Necron Abyss color tone, then you can keep that. So after the Regal Blue, I'm going to cover the whole model in Badab Black. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit so it doesn't darken down too much, but I do want some kind of shade to darken the gold and get into the recesses, which is what we want. And it's also going to shade the metallics, like I painted the tubes over here metal, and this little silver skull, and the exhaust pipes. Trying to remember how this guy looked when I played him on, or when I was playing Space Marine, how the Chaos Space Marine backpacks looked. I'm also probably going to paint this silver too before I give the model a wash. Okay, and then when I'm done with that, we will be right back. So this is what your model should look like now that the washes have dried. And before highlighting back up, we're actually going to paint the lightning bolts first, because I found that when you do the lightning bolts first while the armor is still really deep and dark like this, then you can pick and choose where the highlights happen and they don't interfere with the line of the lightning bolts. So to do lightning bolts, I found that the best method is to take some ice blue. Sorry, there was a little malfunction with the white paint a little earlier. And you're going to paint small streaks, thin down ice blue, paint small streaks down the exposed areas where there are large surface areas where the lightning bolts are going to stick out of. You want to stay away from the shoulder pad that you're going to use for painting the Night Lord symbol, just because if you paint any lightning bolts there, then it's going to be too cluttered looking, because the skull in the Night Lord symbol is also going to end up being white. So what I found is that a lightning bolt on the side, the opposite side, is totally acceptable. And you might also find that doing a lightning bolt pattern that connects like the bottom to the top of two pieces of armor like this is also an interesting thing that you can do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to paint lightning bolts there, and I'm going to do it in ice blue, and then I'm going to paint over the ice blue with skull white, leaving just a little bit of the ice blue to be the, I guess, the border, the rim that connects the skull white to the dark blue armor plate underneath. Okay, and while I've got the skull white out, I'm actually going to paint the skull face over the face plate. Let me show you what I mean. The Night Lords like to paint their helmets with a skull's death's head, and so that's what we are going to kind of simulate with our models. Okay, so also this is what the model should look like when you do ice blue and then skull white over. So I'm going to do that now with this model, and we'll look at how it turns out in the next bit. So now that the lightning bolts are done and we repainted the helmet with this death's head skull, as well as the red for the wire going into the boot and the eye lens, we're going to get to work on re-highlighting the armor and also the Night Lord symbol. So the Night Lord symbol is a skull framed with bat wings, and if you just Google it on your computer, you'll be able to find a lot of great examples of it. So let me pull up my plasma gunner again. I freehand them because they're not included in the Chaos transfer sheets, unfortunately. I don't think they are they? They might be. I don't know. I haven't bought any. I got these all on trade, so the last time I looked at transfer sheet I didn't see the Night Lord symbol, but if they are, then oh, that's even easier. All you have to do is put it on. But for me, since I don't have access to a Chaos transfer sheet, I just got a bunch of these Marines in a trade, I am going to have to be doing it the hard way. So I'm going to use red gore as a base for the wings, and I'm just going to try and trace out a bat wing, two bat wings with a little space in between for the skull. And for the skull, I'm going to use Codex Gray as a base, and then I'm going to highlight that up with Fortress Gray and then Skull White. And the bat wings also have horns on them if you look at the Night Lord's iconography, so I'm going to be painting those with those same colors of Codex Gray and then highlighting with Skull White. After I'm done with that, I'm going to repaint up the armor with some Regal Blue and get the highlights in. And then I am going to drill the bolter hole and finish up the base, and that should be it. So once I'm done with the symbol and the highlighting and those last details, we will finish this video. See you then. And there you have it. I intentionally painted the base. I'm leaving the base black for now. I might paint it Khemri brown later, but I'm doing a urban rubble theme because my thoughts are that my army of Night Lords is walking through the rubble of a world and Imperial world, and they're just slaughtering and killing everybody in their path. But here's a shot of my free hand icon. I'm still working on those. I'm a little out of practice on the Night Lords. Haven't done them in a while, so you have to forgive me for that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this Warboss Taetorial. And it was just something I wanted to do really quick. This didn't take me more than, I'm gonna say, 2 hours to do, along with filming. So, you know, if I wasn't filming, it would take me a lot less. And oh, I do have to drill out the the bolter, but I'll do that before I film the intro to this. So I hope you liked it. This is going to be another competition entry into Girl Painting's 7,000 subscriber competition. Also, I did watch Girl Painting's tutorial on how to do a Night Lords, and her painting tutorial is also fantastic. If you want something else to look at, then definitely check out her Night Lords painting tutorial, and all of her Chaos Space Marines tutorials are really great. I'm thinking that I might do those as well. Just do some models for different war bands, just to see if I can carry over my skills and how I can interpret you know, the other war bands for the Traitor Legions. But yeah, I'm really happy with this model, and I hope to continue my Night Lords army. And I was actually thinking of doing a pre-heresy army for them, which you might have heard at the beginning of the video. So I'll be thinking about those, because I've got some Forge World kits coming in, pre-heresy stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave me some comments and likes and favorites and all that good stuff. Reactions, incredible! And thanks. I hope to see you in the next one.